Hood movie review. Hood movie review. Hood movie review. Watch us on YouTube. Is this thing on?
She's so fine, she make you want to get a job with benefits. This is Hood Movie Review. And we got your host, of course, Kenny. And we got to my right, we got Damone.
Hello.
We got down at the bottom, we got Kayla.
My homegoing photo.
I about to say, yeah, she looked dead as usual in the picture. R.I.P. That's the homie for real. And so Sledge
Doing the podcast from heaven.
Yeah, but
Ooh, I like it.
That's why the server's so good on her end. So so Sled's supposed to be coming in a little bit. He's having computer issues. But we are reviewing Bebes Kids. They don't die, they multiply. So before we even started, we always got to start off with the soundtrack. What do we think of the soundtrack? Out of 5, what are we giving the Bebes Kids soundtrack out of 5?
I like it.
I do too, though.
I can get jiggy with that.
Yeah, I like the song. I like the songs where they weren't rapping. In my opinion, like where they weren't rapping themselves, but the songs in the background was fire. But I think the only one I liked was when he was Robin Harris and he was rapping. And he was like, "I'll whoop your behind and make your behind cry." He was rapping in the background. He ain't having it. He ain't having it. He's in there trying to catch them kids acting up. I don't know. I mess with that. So I'm gonna go with a 3.75 for the soundtrack.
For the soundtrack?
Yeah, for the soundtrack.
I'm gonna give it. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I could agree with that probably.
Yeah, so I'm at 3.75. So Damone, where you at with it with the soundtrack?
I was gonna give it like a 3.5. Like there were good songs, but it doesn't like stick out to me. Like as the music, like is okay. It's above average. So yeah, I'll give it a 3.5.
3.5. Sledge, where you at with it? Where you put the sound? We put the soundtrack at a 5.
Hey, bro, for real, I only like the songs when they're in the park. What y'all get?
Fun world, happy.
That song, that freedom. That right there automatically gets a 3. So I'm gonna go with a 3. Because I ain't never really heard nobody say, "Hey, that Bebes Kids soundtrack hard."
There's a couple songs on there.
Hey, I'll give it a 3.
Okay, so now we're gonna review the movie. And
Good.
Little trivia. This is the first ever fully animated film to be rated PG-13 by the MPAA upon its original release. So shout out to them.
Damn, really?
Yeah. So movie starts off with Robin Harris. He's doing his most famous stand-up, and he's talking about this movie pretty much. Like this is what the movie's based off, the stand-up. And it turns into animation halfway through the stand-up, which I think was pretty decent transition how they did it. And then
before its time almost.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't do bad for real. And you know how every hood movie starts. You wonder how I got here. But it's a little different though how they do it. Like this one, he's pretty much telling the story because he's in the bar and he's drunk and he's telling the story about how he had to deal with some bull. And like, okay. So and Robin is played by Faison Love, Big Worm,
Big Worm.
The prisoner from from our movie what's that movie called?
Money Talks.
Money Talks. I kept wanting to say All About the Benjamins. Money Talks. The one's like, oh, they put their hands on you. Like this. So yes, Robin Harris had died 2 years before this movie came out. Like I said, I didn't know. I found this out like my senior year. I thought it was him until I looked up. I said, Faison Love, who he play? And it was him. I was like, oh.
So, I just learned that today when you told me.
Yeah, because I never knew.
Yeah,
damn, I didn't know that.
I told you I learned that motherfucker on a Vlad interview. On a Vlad interview.
That's how you know he did a good job.
Look. Yeah, because he sounds just like him.
He sounded just like I thought it was him.
He sounds just like him.
So we go back to Walter's funeral, and nobody cares Walter died. Nobody
Who was
cares about him. They
Walter? I
cracking
was about
jokes.
to say.
Yeah, what's
Who
yeah,
the fuck is Walter?
All we
nobody
worried
cares
about
about
is
him.
that black dress.
Yep, what's yeah, because nobody they cracking jokes about how cheap he was and shit. Then they see Jamaica. Jamaica, she's played by Vanessa Bell Calloway. She is from the Temptations. She was the one that was robbing them, and she was the one that barked and coming to America, and she's the one that got slapped.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and she was the one that got slapped. And what's love got to do with it? And
Come on, Kitty. That was.
I was just saying the movie. Her notable roles.
Eat the cake.
You eat the cake at it, man. And like, she's just cold. She coming in the black dress on. They're like, woo! So everybody trying to shoot their shot. But Robin, he's like, look, I'm gonna try to shoot my shot. And it don't work. It does not work. And he's telling her, like, hey, you know, when they're outside, this part be weak. So they're outside, and he's like, hey, you know, it's not safe for you to be out here walking or taking the bus home at this hour. She's like, no, I got a car. And he's like, oh, well, you trying to take me home then?
Right.
Yeah, he offers her a ride.
Yeah, you want to ride? He's doing shit. You want to take me home?
And that was funny.
So
that's comedy.
So they're in the car, and he's still trying to spit game, and his attempts are not working at all. And he can't even get her name. So then she's being like standoffish, but you know she can't help but to laugh at a couple of his jokes that he be doing. So he tries to get in good because she's like, let me go pick up my son real quick before I drop you off. So she picks up her son. He's trying to bond with the son, Leon. And you said what?
I don't like that.
I mean, look, he was trying. Like, he was trying to do everything he could.
No, like you don't know this nigga from Adam. Why are you picking up your son, bro?
He should have picked him up the babysitter. So so he's trying to bond with the son back, and it's working because she's like, you know, she's like smiling and stuff. So he tried to take advantage of this moment, and he's like, let me get your name, whatever, and try to get the date set up with you. And she's like, well, you know, it's hard for me to try to go on a date on, you know, on a Friday. So, you know, I can't find a babysitter. If you want to get more acquainted with me and my son, you need to take us somewhere like Fun World. Okay. So, this is a problem. This is a problem. So Fun World is their version of Disney World. That's wild to do on a first date. To be like, hey, you want to get to know me better? Let's go to
see
Disney
if he got money.
Nah, that's wild.
Fuck all that. So no bowling, no skating.
That's crazy. You gotta ask me to spend. I gotta buy 2 adult tickets and a kid ticket to Disney World. You're wild.
And this is the wild thing. So that's already wild.
That's about $1,000.
That's
for
already
real.
Wild. Yeah, that's already wild. It's three of us already. It's like, damn, I got to take the first date to Disney World. So then
I'm fucking.
He's like, okay,
no.
So he's like, you know what? I'll do it. He's like, I'll do it. Yeah, he's like, I'll do it.
That.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm saying this is how he was. He's like, you know what? I'll do it. 3 tickets. Okay, let's do it. So they meet up again. He goes to pick up. Now he got a car now for some reason. Like before he didn't have a car, but then now he does. He goes to pick him up.
He got his taxes.
Yeah, he goes to pick him up. Now she got 3 more kids with her. She's like, oh yeah, this is Khalil, LaShawn, and Pee Wee. They coming with us.
I don't want none of them kids. I didn't ask for them. I barely wanted the first one.
Yeah, so Khalil, which is played by Marquise Houston, he's like the rebel, you know, the rebel child. He got the little hat, got the hood up, so he's a little thug. Then you got LaShawn, played by porn star Ariana Starr. So she is. This was wild. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know y'all looked it up. I said that's wild.
Stop it! Stop it!
I'm
Stop
just saying.
it!
She's played by her. So she's the tough kid. Then you got Pee Wee, the baby of the group, which is played by Tone Loc. He said, "You can't leave me, Pee Wee, the OG." He's just always stinking. He boo-booing in his diaper. Nobody ever changed it. He's just stinking. So she's like, you know, we got to take these kids. You got to hit these kids too. And Bebe left $20 to go to Fun World. He said, $20? That's all I'm getting for this?
That's not enough to even fill my gas tank.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might fill your gas tank in the 90s though.
But that's still wild though to be like, hey, look, take my kids along with you. $20. Here goes $20.
Did hold on, time out. Did Bebe know that they were going to Fun World?
Yes. She said, here go $20 so they can go to Fun World.
Bebe
you gotta think, not only is it $20 for them to get in, they gotta eat too. Like that's $20 for 3 kids. Like that's wild. Even in the 90s, that's wild.
Yeah, they set that nigga up.
I just took my kids to Disney World, and that was expensive to eat. Like food is fucking expensive there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
$20 will feed just me.
No, hell no.
I'm sure that's the reason why my mom never took us to Disney World. We went to Disney World as guests with her. We paid to go with her ourselves. My parents wasn't paying for that.
That's what I'm saying. It was $20, like I said, $20 will feed me. Like that's one meal for me, just me only. And she said $20 for all three of them. That's tickets, food, all of it, $20. And like I'm like, that was wild for her to do that.
Hey, D'Amica, we're gonna have to try this again, cause I mean, D'Amica, we're gonna have to try this again because listen, I can't do this.
No,
it's
that's
not you.
wild.
It's baby.
No, that's wild. To be like, no, because you already. I'm like, I'm trying to take you on a date. And you say, and not only do you say, oh, okay, I'll do it, but I got to bring my kid with me. So that's already wild. It was like, damn, I got to bring the kid too. So that's already intrusive. Now you bringing 3 more kids that aren't yours, and you got to expect me to pay for them, pay for their food because because the mom didn't supply the money, and they
gotta get wristbands,
bruh.
Them niggas ain't getting no ride all day passes from me.
She knew that the date was that day. So why are you babysitting that day? Like what day we're going on this date. Why are you doing a babysitting job?
So many.
Look at Jamaica and look at Jamaica and look at Robin. She didn't want that.
It was so many red flags. So many red flags. So on the way there, he's trying to do like, I don't even know the name of that. I was gonna say like footsie with your hands. I don't know, but he was like you doing his fingers trying to like creep up, like trying to touch her fingers.
Which I wouldn't like that.
But then Pee-wee,
I don't like that.
No, but he didn't get a chance to touch it because Pee-wee was leaned over and he was drooling. He was drooling and hit his hand. And then Pee-wee like opened up one eye, like, I see you. And then like they closed it again. Like he knew what he was doing.
He's my favorite.
He was cockblocking on purpose. So then he took
Yeah.
So Robin took his hand and just wiped it on him, like wiped it right in his head. I said, you know what? I like that. I'll do the same thing. So
I probably would have flicked him in the head.
What the fuck? right in the soft spot. So
hey.
So on the back seat, the kids are bullying Leon, and Khalil says, she's only doing this because she likes you. And he's like, she can't wait for you to grow up. She gets mad. She starts swinging on him. So they all in the back just swinging on each other. He's like, hey, calm down with all that. So then, so it's a long drive. So they end up falling asleep. Like all of them end up falling asleep. And she's like, hey, y'all, we here. Even Robin is asleep. He's driving like
dangerous.
She's like, hey, Robin, we here. Robin, we here. And she got to the point where he had to make an abrupt stop and almost hits the old lady in their car. She's like, ah. And throughout the movie, this old lady is like having the worst stuff happen to her. This old
she's having the worst day.
Yeah, she's going through it. So now they get stopped by a sheriff, and he's just patting them down. He's like, are you stashing illegal fruits? And then they grab this nigga's nuts. He said, hey. He said, hey.
Them is the illegal fruits.
That's what I'm saying. He said, honey cup. I like that.
I like that.
I like that.
Get the clothes.
He said, a little sweetness.
Yeah.
He said, little Cam, are you back? So it's $35 a person. I looked at the thing, it said $35 a person. He ends up paying $200, which, the math ain't math, and that's not correct. But it is what it is. I'll just take it for what it is, movie. So the security tells Khalil that they're watching him. Like immediately, as soon as he gets there, they're like, we're watching you.
And that's real racist, bro.
Yeah, no, it was. There was a lot of like police brutality undertones and like racism undertones, but them kids was bad though. So it's one of those things where it's like
kind of deserved it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's one thing to be like, damn, like we're watching you. So that was racist out the gate, but it's Bebe's kids. Like they're known throughout the world. They're known. And the lady behind the counter, she tells them the rules. She says, please familiarize yourself and observe the rules while in fun world. No running, like no jumping. No, look, I got all the rules right here. She said, no running, no jumping, no yelling, no cutting in line, no grumbling, no stealing. That means you. Points at Khalil. Says no breaking. No racing. She said, no breaking things and putting them back like nothing happened. No sad face, bad attitudes, introspective moments, irritation at the mindless happiness of the masses, and no littering. Is that clear? Enjoy your stay.
Time out. Now that you said it, those were valid rules because them kids be fucking up, bro.
Oh, and them kids broke literally every single one of them rules.
Yeah, you're right. Keep the. Hey,
I mean, if I just got a trip to Disneyland for free, Disney World, I'm probably gonna break all them rules too.
Yeah, offer your mom's friends You know what I'm saying? They it's like
I'm not responsible. You gonna be responsible, but
like, guess what, kids? We go in the fun world. That's wild. And Robin, all of a sudden, he has more money now. Like I said, he was talking about he had no money like that. Now all of a sudden he got money now, and he's wasting his money at that
it's
rip
tax
off.
season.
Yeah, it must be because now he's at that rip off baseball and bottle game. He's just like throwing the baseballs
Bro,
at
just
the
wasting
bottles.
that shit.
He just kept paying them. And while that's going on, the older Bebes kids are wrestling, breaking stuff at the souvenir shop. Robin comes in, he hears the ruckus, and he stops them. And then like the kids are like screaming, like parents are screaming that they acting up. And one employee is like, "Hey, sir, you have to pay for the broken items," and he just dips out. He's like, "I ain't doing that shit."
As he should.
So he interrogates Khalil, and he's like, "Where's your little brother? Where's Pee Wee?" And he's like, "I ain't snitching." And he's like, "Where's Pee Wee?" Grab him. He's like, he just points, and he's at the glass shop, and he's just in there stacking up glass, and it's about to get broken, and he's just grabbing, all the glass is falling, and he puts it all back, and then the final one just breaks, and he just dips out there real quick. So,
which irritates me because why was you even doing that? What are you even doing?
Bebe's
kids, man. The kids acting up. So now the kids are hungry, and Jamaica says, "You know, Bebe don't keep nothing in her fridge." Like,
then why are you friends with her,
bruh? Man, she was terrible. So he has to buy all this food for him. I mean, it's understandable you have to buy food for him because you're taking them out. You're on all day going to Fun World, so that makes sense.
This is a field trip. You should have brought some sandwiches, a couple bags of chips.
True. I mean, they ain't had nothing. I mean,
McDonald's
they had in there.
McDonald's still had the dollar menu back then, so we should have hit that up before they got there.
True. But it was just wild for him to be like, yeah, Baby don't keep no food in the fridge. It's like, damn, baby ain't shit. So he has to buy all kind of food. So then his ex-wife confronts Robin.
Wicked.
She walks up and she's like, "Oh, who you feeding?" And she's trying to figure out why he hasn't called her. Then her big friends show up tearing up that cotton candy, and he's like, "You got another one. You got another one of these big friends." so Robin ends up finding a way to get out of like talking to her, and he dips out, and the friends hyping her up. She's like, "He still love you. There's always that one friend. He still love you."
That was that was Neil Carter.
I didn't even look it up. I was supposed to look that up. That was my fault on that. No, I did not know that was her. And so they riding all the rides. They having fun, and they get messed up by these rides. Like these rides blowing up in their faces, all kind of different. Like I said, it's good thing it's a cartoon because the kids be dead. So the kids, they doing the most. And Leon ends up throwing up on the last ride because they spinning around something vicious. And Robin ends up hosing them off. And he's hosing them all off because he threw up on everybody. And the ex is in the back hating. He's like, "Look at him playing stepdaddy. Look at him." just hating. Ooh. So Leon, so now at this point, Jamaica and Robin, they're going on a date. Like they're like going to that little that rowboat of love thing. I don't know what the ride's called, but that little rowboat of love thing. And with Leon, yeah. And Leon cockblocks, and he's like, "I'm trying to go with y'all." And Robin's like, "Nah, sorry, like I can't do that." So they're like, "Go hang with your friends," and he's like, "No, them ain't my friends. I hate them. I hate going with them." So Robin's like, "Look, I understand where you're coming from. I don't like them either, but you gotta make them respect you." Literally, he's like, "I don't like them either, but you gotta make them respect you." And he's like, "You know what? You're right." And he's like, "Go, you gotta make respect you on, as you respect your peers." So they get into a fight almost instantly. And after LaShawn clowns him, she's like, "You're always under your mom." He's like, "At least my mama here." He's like, "What?" Ooh. So then she's like trying to fight him, and then he ended up changing the subject. He's like, "Oh, look, there's a ride over there we can ride." Ooh. So yeah, that was a good one. He's like, "At least my mama here." So they end up on the romantic rowboat ride, and he doing his thing. It turns into black and white. They're dancing, doing all this stuff together, and the ex is in the back hating. They're trying to catch up to him. They're like, "Oh, come on, we gotta get there a little quicker. We gotta get there quicker. You got this food on the boat. We can't get there." He's like, "I need that to live." So then, now security is all over Khalil. They're all over Khalil. Like I said, it's got the police brutality undertone. They're just, "Oh yeah, look at you. You just this and this." It's real racist what they're doing. Especially this is the 90s too. This is probably fresh off of Rodney King's beatdown.
Rodney King, baby.
So they recruit. So these kids so bad, they recruit other kids to do hood rat stuff. And they acted during this whole thing. They do all the stuff they did in the stand that they was talking about, cutting the feet off the Daffy Duck. And they end up somehow they end up going into this underground part of Fun World. And while this is going on, the two girls come back, they plotting. They act like they're gossiping about sleeping with Robin in the bathroom. Like when they're about to act, they're like, oh, I had a good old time with Robin last night. And Jamaica's like, oh, okay, I see how it is, which I had a problem with. Why are you mad? Because y'all you don't know him. Y'all not dating. It took me all that work just to get your name, and you want to get mad. Even if I did sleep with that girl, why are you mad? You can't be mad.
And that took it your entire, your kid's friends, your whole family to Disney World.
Yeah, I took everybody out. What are you mad about? For a first date, and I don't have the money. So they so he's so you can hear the girl talking, and she's like, yeah, I ain't seen nobody that bad since Robin in divorce court, which is wild to say about him. So the robots try to kill Khalil at this point because he was acting up. They're like, we should kill him. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna shock him to death. And the Abraham Lincoln robot, which, like I said, this part of the movie was weird. It was kind of random. The Abraham Lincoln robot comes up and he's like, he needs a fair trial. And then they go through this whole trial. Yeah, and they sentence him to death. And then Leon, they sentence him to death.
This is a little kid.
Yeah, this little kid, they sentence him to death. So then Leon comes up, he's like, I'm gonna get you out of this. And Khalil's like, please don't. He's like, all they're gonna do
please don't. Please don't.
Please don't. Kill me. So then he ends up rapping, and they end up rapping him out of it. And the robot and Abraham Lincoln was fucking up the dance at the end. It's freedom. And Abraham Lincoln was like, it was in there getting it. So, and then at this point, there's like a movie theater in there as well. They're watching Jamaica and Robin are watching a movie in there, and Jamaica confronts him. She's like, yeah, like that girl you was with last night, blah blah blah. And he's like, what? And then she's like, yeah, you was with that girl last night. And he's like, oh no, we're gonna stop this right now. So he grabs her by the wrist and he's like, we're going over there. So he gets mad. He presses the ex-wife in the bathroom. And then he get into a your mama battle. And there was some good jokes going back and forth. There was some good old school jokes going back and forth. And Jamaica apologizes, after all this whole thing, because he killed her in the your mama battle. He killed her. So Jamaica apologizes, for coming at him the way she did, as she should, because she was in the wrong. And the kids end up stealing a pirate's boat out of nowhere after they're getting out of there. So,
why?
You get out of you were about to be sentenced to death for acting up in there. You broke every rule that the one lady in the beginning told you not to break, and you did it. And then you come out here.
He's ready to die.
Yeah, these kids don't care. This Bebe's kids.
The issue is they
don't die. They multiply.
That's the issue. Freedom was the issue. They didn't deserve it.
And they were saying freedom, like, no, you don't deserve it. So the kids end up stealing a pirate's boat. You said what?
I said they did say that they don't die, they multiply.
Yeah, they was tripping. And the kids end up stealing a pirate's boat from running from security and ram another boat. They're like, ram them. They just acting up. And they take the parents hostage. And then they said, hey, did you buy your kid the latest Nintendo game? He's like, what? Nintendo game? He was like, yeah, we were trying to. And they were like, no, get him out of here. So they poke him in the butt with the sword and he go flying off the ship. Like I said, they was acting up. And Robin and Jamaica, and they end up getting away. And Robin tries to leave. And Jamaica's like, this is the wildest part in the whole movie to me. She says, don't run, Robin. That's why they shot their daddy. And I said, what?
Wait, what?
I forgot she said this. And I was like, huh? What do you mean? Yeah, she says that. So then he runs back and grabs her by the wrist. He's like, come on, we go to the car.
But so I don't agree. How you just yell something out like that?
Yeah, she said, don't run, Robin. That's why they shot their daddy.
Why are you friends with Bebe?
Yeah, baby. This whole situation was woozy. The whole thing.
Bro, Bebe really showed us that, hey, you gotta get your shit together, bro.
Yeah, she was terrible. So after she says that's why they shot their daddy, he runs back, grabs her. Then they get to the car, and Pee Wee says, it ain't time to go. And he got 4 or 5 different stolen watches. They got the tags on them still. It ain't time to go. And he's like, so then they end up leaving. And Robin is so happy when he sees the police. He said, "Oh, there." He said, "I ain't never been." He said, "I ain't never been glad to see the cops before, but I sure was happy then. Happy than a runaway slave, papers and all." He tells them about how bad they are, and he said one kid got a switchblade, and this kid got this, and the officer yells, "Oh no, it's Bebe, it's kids," and then he dips. He's like, so he's pissed off. He's like, "Bro, I can't escape these kids." He's like, "I'm gonna drop these kids off. I've had it." He's like, "I didn't sign up for this shit." He drops the kids off back in their house. And we see two people running out the house with stolen stuff. And Sledge, I know you are like movie guru. You right there with me with the movie guru stuff. Did you notice those were the same two guys that were stealing a house party?
A house party.
Yeah, they were still the same dude stealing the house party. They had the same fit and all. So
he
Robin
had stuff on the top of his head.
Yep. Yeah, it's the same people. Same fit and all. So Robin goes in to confront Bebe because he's pissed. He's like, "Man, I had to deal with these badass kids. I'm gonna talk to her." He confronts Bebe, but Bebe left again. She leaves a note and she's like, "Hey, make some dinner for the kids. I'll be back in a little bit."
Which that was a wild part for me. I know it's a whole bunch of wild parts in this movie, but that you never left me no note to make your kids no food while you go out in the streets. You ain't even got no food in the refrigerator. You thought you forgot?
What food? What food?
That's what I'm saying. You even had no food in the fridge, and you talk about make them some food.
Bro, they had a cereal box in the fridge. They just had a cereal box and some baking soda in there.
And wasn't the cereal empty?
Bro, it was empty. It was an empty box. Bro, like, why? And just the neglect. You just see the neglect in the house. It's just bad. Everything about it was just bad. And yeah. Bebe was wild to do that first off. Because this was late. This was later. Because remember, it was a while to get there. So it was a while to get back.
Didn't the roach come out of it?
Yeah, there was roach talk. It was bad. Like you see in the situation, it looked terrible. So, Robin feels bad because he leaves in there. He's like, "You know what? Here's $20 for a pizza, man. Like, get you something to eat, man." He's like, and the Pee-wee's like, "The neighborhood is so bad, the pizza man don't come around here no more."
Hey man, that's not my problem. I gave you the money.
Robin's like, "God, wait." Like, so he's like,
"My problem, bro."
No, that's how he was. He was like, "Well, y'all make it. Like, keep the door locked." Like he's like, "Keep the door locked. Y'all got it." Like, and was like, say it's sad, but it's like, sheesh. Like, it's like this isn't my problem. It's on my kids. Like, I understand. Like, it's like this is bad, but you are my kids. Like, I brought you back. I spent the whole day with you, paid for you all day. Had to deal with y'all bad self. So then
you'll be all right.
Yeah, like we cut back to him at the bar. So now we're in present time again.
Mentorship program.
And one old man's like, "Yeah, fuck them kids." He's like, "Look at me, I'm living good now." And he's like passed out in his own like throw up. And he's like, "I ain't trying to be like that." Yeah, his own juice.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, so he leaves the bar. He's like, "Nah, I ain't about to do that to kids like that. So I'm gonna go back and get him because I feel bad." So he leaves the bar, and Jamaica comes up too, and she like stops him, and then they just start kissing. And she got Baby and his kids in the car, and I'm just like,
she is the world's most terrible babysitter.
Yeah, she got the kids in the car, in the parking lot of a bar. In the parking lot of a bar.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Bruh, Baby was terrible, and so was she.
Yeah,
he ends up taking him to Vegas because he's like, "You know what?
Because that's a place to take him.
I got y'all the car. Let's go to Vegas." And then the guy,
they gotta get out more.
The guy yells, "Oh no, it's Beba, his kids." But at Vegas, and he's like, "Y'all went to Vegas?" He said, "No, we ain't never been to Vegas." And then the movie ends.
Her around the world.
Movie ends with Pee-wee he grabbing a plug, and he undoes the plug, and all of Vegas just shuts off. Like, all the lights just shut off. He's like, "Pee-wee, test tube, baby." That's what the movie is.
Test tube, baby.
And the movie, little trivia for you: the movie got second for best animated feature, losing the Beauty and the Beast.
Of course.
Which is a wild thing to put up next to it.
It really is. When I read it, I said, "Wow, okay,
that's crazy."
The movies are wildly different.
Like it got second.
Who decided this spectrum? Who did that?
Makes sense.
I don't know. It was just wild to me. But we didn't rate the love interest. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna do it with the being
I ain't
animated.
rating no cartoon.
Yeah, I wasn't with the being animated. So we're gonna rate her as a person. Rate her as a person. We're gonna do that.
Terrible, awful. Put her in jail.
What, 5 or 10?
So you gotta think. Okay, so you gotta think. So this girl was bad to them. So you gotta think she's bad to them. She was thick, and she had the short haircut. She had the Halle Berry haircut. So
she did have the Halle Berry haircut.
She was light skinned, and she was light skinned. So you know she was cold. So would y'all? No, I know y'all wouldn't. I know y'all wouldn't do that. I was about to say, would y'all go through all that? I was like, no, I know y'all wouldn't go through that.
Yeah,
I know for sure I wouldn't.
I wouldn't do it for my own kids.
Let alone some kids. You don't even know who Bebe looked like. You don't know what she looked like. You taking her to Disney World. Said no.
They was tripping. They were tripping, bro.
They were acting up.
They were acting up.
And I don't know. So I'm if I'm gonna rate her as a person, I'm going with a 1.5. 1.5.
Yeah,
out of 5?
Yeah, out of 5. She's a 1.5.
She's a 1. She was a bad person.
Yeah,
Jamaica, I mean, to be honest with you, I can't.
And Jamaica has some nerve. She has the nerve to get mad at me. She's like, oh, you slept with this girl. Nigga, I took your whole family to Disney World, and you weren't even trying to go on a date like that. And it was say, yeah, but I'm paying for everything, and you want to get mad over this, over a girl, over my ex-wife at that? Like,
right,
no.
right. Oh yeah, you're right. You know what? More when you explain it, that nigga's a 1.
I'm like 1.5 is being generous right now, lady. You're tripping.
Bro,
I'm going straight off the looks. The 1 is looks because you know her character was supposed to be bad. Her character was supposed to be bad. Like, you know she's supposed to be bad.
Halle Berry.
Yeah, she's pretty much supposed to be a thick Halle Berry, because Halle Berry ain't thick. So this is like, oh damn, okay, I see you then. And it's like, you tripping,
yeah, bro, you a 1. You're a 1.
Like you
that's
don't
ridiculous.
Like, don't ever question me, lady. Jamaica.
That's ridiculous.
So this is the question I got for y'all. Who was the real villain of this movie? I got my real villain already.
Bebe.
Bebe's the villain. No, I don't really think Bebe was the real villain because Bebe is who we thought she was. Let's be real. Jamaica is the real villain.
That's what I was going with. I'm going with Jamaica. Them kids were bad, but kids. I mean, there's bad kids.
Kids
is
kids. Yeah, kids.
I mean, there's bad kids out there, but
you ain't gonna like this. But Robin's the villain to me.
You said Robin was?
Yeah, because why are you enabling this behavior? Why did you?
Nah, he's trying to stop it.
No, he was trying.
You're enabling this behavior. You spent all your taxes on these bad kids. Like, no, absolutely not. He's the one that's tripping. You could have found anybody else at that funeral or walking down the street.
Everybody else was smacked. Everybody was going crazy over here. He said, I'm going to see what's up. I got to get her. He said, I got to do it.
Said, no.
Ooh, scandalous. He's seeing her. Real quick.
Scandalous.
Yeah, she was bad to him. So he was like, I got to see what's up with that. So he was trying to do what he was trying to do, shoot. But it was just the fact that she put him through so much. It was like the movie Booty Call. She put him through so much for no
woo.
And here's a wild part. When I was watching the movie, he told her, he said, Baby is out there getting her boots smoked right now. Like you should be doing right now, but I'm over here dealing with these kids. Bro, he was heated. He was heated at the end. He said, bro, you should be getting your boots smoked too.
That's wild.
But Baby left the kids, gave them $20 to go to an amusement park. Well, that don't even get you in. That doesn't get one person into the park.
Bro, it was $35 a person. She gave him $20. She said, make it enough.
I was just about to say, make it enough.
I was gonna say, she said, make it enough.
Can we all agree that Bebe was on drugs?
Yes.
Oh, most likely.
I thought Bebe was going to get some dick. I thought that's what she was doing.
The whole day?
She
was going the whole damn day.
Kitty, how many times? Kitty, as a parent that goes out on escapades and leaves their adult children at home, I do make sure my kids have food, clothes, and everything.
Just the bare necessities.
Yeah, you know,
bare minimum.
Bebe was doing drugs, bro. Bebe was going to get high.
But she might not have been doing drugs because, I mean,
honey,
it's some mamas that you don't need to be on drugs. You're not a mother. You're just out in the streets.
That's what I think she was, because she really said, "Here goes $20. Take him to Disney World, and do what you got to do. And then we get back late at night, and you go, sorry, hey, make something for. Can you make something for him? I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, like, you know why? Because she went to go change her clothes because she was on a crack binge.
I'm not saying that she's not on drugs. I'm not going to rule that out. I'm just saying maybe she's just hoeing.
That's what I think.
I mean, nine times out of 10, if you're hoeing, if you're on crack. So
no, you don't got to be on drugs to be hoeing.
Okay, so how many crackheads? No. Y'all don't understand.
You just be a regular.
y'all don't. I don't think y'all understand, bro. There's no. Listen, bro, I used to date a lot of women that just said F their kids and came with me. I'm not good. I'm not saying I condone it, but they also left food and necessities.
No. That's what I'm saying. I understand it. I'm saying the fact that you really said, like, it was just it's the audacity to be like, hey, take 3 more kids with you. Like, I know you didn't even want to bring the 1 kid with you on a date. Here goes 3 more, and here goes $20. This is nothing compared to what we're about to go do. It's $20, and and you're gonna deal with them all day because I assume it was early in the morning when you went to go pick them up.
Yeah, pick them up around 9 a.m.
Yeah, it was around 9. Now it's about 11 o'clock at night, and you talk about make some dinner for them. Like, no, I gotta take these kids to Vegas to keep them occupied because you're neglecting them. This is
because I gotta show them something that they ain't never had before.
This is abuse. This is abuse what they're going through in this house. There was roaches. There was roaches, and then there was some bacon soda in the fridge, and then there was a box of Cheerios that had 2 Cheerios in it.
I ain't never seen a mom out hoeing and not have nothing in her house. That's crack, man. It's crack.
It's at other people's house.
Man, that's crack, man. She on crack. She on that shit, man. Baby is on that shit, man.
So I'm gonna do something different for this episode. So usually we do the most gangster scene in the movie. I'm still gonna do that. I'm still thinking about doing that. But we're gonna do what's the most funniest scene since it's a comedy. I'm gonna do that for comedies. What's the most funniest scene?
I think the funeral part would have me. That the funeral part had me the weakest because I had John Witherspoon. I had a couple of comedians in there.
Bro, he said that nigga Walter's so cheap he wouldn't spend a lovely evening. I said, golly. Bro. He said, what? He said the only reason we came to Walter's funeral because we was glad to see him dead.
We was glad to see him dead.
Up.
Glad to see him dead.
That's pretty gangster. You want this man dead. Like, you actively wanted him dead, but you still showed up to his funeral. That's disrespectful.
That is
but
wild.
Think about it though. They were doing this at his repast. So I'm eating your food that your family done made.
In front of your family.
Talking in front of your family, talking that cold cash shit.
So I skipped over the funny moment, but that's definitely my gangster moment because never would you. Never. I'm coming back to haunt you if you act like that.
His picture was up.
He was dead. That part was funny. And when he had the flies on his ass, bro, that had me weak too.
Bro, because that was the neglect. This kid was sitting there with Boo Boo in his diaper all the whole time. And at the very end of the movie, she said, Pee-wee, do you just go on yourself? Like, nigga, he did have flies on him. He's stinking.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody changed the diaper the whole time.
And then another funny part. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when they're on the boat and she's like, "We gotta get rid of this food," and she says, "I need it."
Yeah, I needed to live.
I needed to live.
I needed to live.
What about when he was like, "Your mama's so stupid." When she said it was chilly outside, she went and grabbed a bowl.
He said, "Your mama's so fast, she on both sides of the family."
Yep. That was the funniest part. Actually, you know what? The funeral and when he was riffing. And she told her to put some lotion on her ashy ankles was
and
the funniest part.
A little thing of lotion.
And tossed it to her. That was the funniest part.
I think the funniest part to me was the fact that he said, hey, don't be out here, like, you don't want to be out here walking around. Like, it's dangerous out here. Let me give you a ride home. And then she was like, no, I got a car. He said, well, you can give me a ride. That part is hilarious to me. It's like, why we even do all that?
Who directed this movie, if I may ask? Do you know who directed this movie?
I can look it up real quick. We don't die, we multiply.
We multiply. And like he's taking a dump while he's saying it. And we're not going to check this nigga's diaper. That is true, bro. This nigga went a whole day without
whoever Bruce Smith is.
Yeah, Bruce W. Smith. So he
don't
was
know
the
who
one who
that
did
is.
it. He made the Proud Family movie.
Oh, that makes more sense. Hey, that makes a lot of sense.
They was there getting it in that dance.
Yeah, that was.
His license plate says BW Smith, BWS2 for Bruce W. Smith.
Oh, Bruce W.
Shout him
Smith.
out. But yeah, so
Really?
most gangster scene in the movie. Mine was the fact that he took the mascot and cut the feet off the mascot was wild. Like that's wild. Like that's like just imagine like you see Bugs Bunny walking around, you see little kids like take him down and cut the feet off him. Like that's wild. That or the fact that they shot their dad. Like that's wild.
Yeah, that's the dad part. Is I'm gonna go
that's how
with
they shot their dad. That's funny. Hey, that's funny.
I never.
Hey, fellas.
I watched that
That's
movie.
funny.
I've watched that movie so many times growing up, and I never realized that she said that. That's why they shot their dad.
We're not going to act like that's not funny.
No, it's hilarious, but it's like that's wild. She said, "Don't run, Robert." That's why they shot their dad.
Yeah, I'm dropping you off, and I'm not even getting out the car.
Don't run, Robert.
Bro, he was gonna lead them kids at Photo World.
Yeah, he should have.
Hey,
he was trying to, but they was already at the car waiting. He said, "It ain't time to go."
This isn't a funny or gangster part, but I just also want to point out when he gets pulled over by the cops and he's talking about the fruits and stuff. Do you notice that he like smells his hand afterwards?
No, I didn't notice that.
You smelling your
Yeah,
hand
he did. I feel like they was trying to make it seem like he was trying to push them glasses up, but no, son, you smelt your hand after grabbing his actual fruits. Like, what's wrong with you?
Or the cop.
Yes.
That was racist. That was racist.
Said, spread your cheeks and lift your sack.
Sick.
Now, yeah, that's wild. What's your most gangster moment? So me and Kayla got ours, and
I got maybe a 2-part too. It's pretty gangster you to really give me $20 to watch your kids for 20 hours.
I'm about to say, nah, Bebe is probably the most gangster. Hey, so your kid going? Shit, take mine too.
For real, like that's
probably what she did. That's probably what she did. Oh, they going to Disney World. My kids love Disney World. Hey, go with them.
Nah, it's not my kids love. My kids ain't never been. Take him with you. The most gangster stuff is the fact that Mika low key really bought 3 fucking kids and thought it was like he won't mind.
4. He bought 4 kids total.
Like you didn't even ask. You just showed up with them, and so now I gotta take them.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
And now you put me in a situation.
I'm just talking about in the situation. Like, of course, no, you don't. I would just drove right on off if somebody did that to me. But I'm saying, like, in the situation, I'm not just going. I don't know that these kids are terrorists yet. I don't know that, so I'm not just going to drive past and leave them on the street.
And then what makes it worse is like because you already told them that we're going. They said, "Hey, yeah, we're all going to Disney." We're like, "Bruh, what?" And then I go to pick them up,
so I can let you down.
No, but I can let you down. It's wild to put me in that situation already. It's the first date, and you put me in an awkward situation already. It's a red flag off rip. Like already, I get there and you say, "Yeah, I got 3 more kids." What? Baby left these kids behind. What do you mean?
My most gangster scene is when they show up in Vegas and they're like them Bebe kids, and they ain't even ever been to Vegas.
They've never been to Vegas.
Like they well known.
Those are Bebe kids. We ain't never been to Vegas. They just worldwide known. So what are we rating this movie out of 5? What are we rating this movie?
Oh, it's a 5 for me.
A 5.
I mean, it's pretty classic.
This movie's hilarious, and it's only an hour and 10 minutes long. It's short.
Dang, it's only an hour?
It's only like an hour and 10 minutes. Only
like 12 with credits.
Yeah, I was say it's short, and I mean it's longer for me because I gotta take notes and shit like that. But like it's only an hour and 12 minutes.
But that movie funny as hell, bro. And like for real, like you said, bro, that movie set the foundation for other movies like that. So, cause like if you didn't get Bebe's kids.
Neck and neck with Beauty and the Beast.
That's crazy to me.
Wow, that's insane. By the way,
it's an active birth control. I mean,
what?
It's like a poster child.
No, true. I give you saying because remember at one point she said, so Robin, do you want to have kids? And he was like, no.
For real, like you just brought these
No.
crazy kids around me. I'm not never having no kids.
This would make you like, and that would probably make you not have no kids because like, bro, these kids is bad as fuck, bro. Like
Because it's
for
really
no
kids like
reason.
that. It's usually
Yep.
most of the time it's the ones that got like the
Brother,
silver
hella
teeth.
baby.
The silver teeth kids.
Silver cat,
Yeah.
silver cat kid.
Them
Silver cat
kids
kid.
and the kids that flip their eyelids. Them kids are always
Mm.
kids
I'm
are
gonna tell you
always the worst.
I'm gonna tell you the ones that the kids that's bad, the ones that never wipe their nose. Hey man, why your nose ain't
Oh,
wiped?
the snot nose. I feel like that's what Pee Wee was. They just didn't make that the thing on there. But I think that's
fucking
what he was.
snotty
He was that.
nose.
Oh, Roscoe ass.
Yeah. We going to
Snot
fun world.
nose. No, nigga, I'm taking no,
He said, no,
no,
nigga.
no, like
Well,
you're not.
we're gonna end the review right here, and the next movie on the list is The Wash. I just watched the movie recently. I can't wait to review this movie. Like I love this movie. I love The Wash.
Mr. Washington.
Mr. Washington. I got the motherfucking AK, and I'm
AK,
gonna spray.
and I'm gonna spray.
Run away.
Hey, bro.
Pull up on your motherfucking block.
He was tripping, bro, over a car wash job.
I can't wait to review that one. That's gonna be the next one. The Wash. And we'll end it with this quote. He said, "Oh, and one other thing: if you get into a fight, don't fight fair. Get a brick and knock the hell out of them kids."